Maybe that's not true, but probably that's true.
Mm, I don't know.
Where,
Last one.
where would you say you see yourself going forward in the next couple of years?
Well, I further down the road, post when I got signed with Sigel, I just got signed with Newmark Models in LA. So, planning, I'm graduating in 3 weeks. Or is that 3 weeks? I don't know. But I'll be moving to LA in January, most likely, if I get everything figured out with my sublease. And I found my apartment in LA and have a roommate. My roommate's going to be a girl that's actually with my agency, so it's nice we're in the same circle. We can like do things together. But hopefully just blow it up once I get to LA. I mean, I told myself that like I want to give it my all, and if it doesn't work out, then I have a degree in finance from Fisher. But I know that if I ever pursued another career at this point in my life, that if I was doing that job every day, I know that would always be in the back of my mind. Like, what if I tried? What if I like what would I have done? So I'm gonna give it my all, and so I'll be moving there and just going on castings, doing photo shoots, doing as much work as possible, as well as my fitness stuff.
And the crazy aspect of being out in California compared to Ohio, I feel like, is just like the concentration of both brands and photographers and people who are in fashion.
Yeah.
You know, in Ohio, there are some people in Columbus, but in Los Angeles, you can look around on any street and you'd see that exact same number.
Yeah, and it's such a saturated market too. Like, you have to be on your game, like, all the time. Like, constantly working with people and networking. Like, if you relax for a moment, and like that, my agent even told me this, like, you're gonna get whatever you put in. And so, like, I don't know, I'm ready to work, and like I'm like, I don't know, today just got me so excited to go, and like so I don't know, I feel like, I don't know if you feel this way, after I shoot I'm like, let's go, like I'm ready to like do this for real. So I don't know, I'm excited, and I think it's gonna go well. All the girls at Newmark do amazing, so yeah.
From our last talk, the biggest thing I took away was the parallels between modeling and being an entrepreneur. You're talking, like, I'm going to graduate and I'll have this degree, but I'm going to go out and try to pursue my dream. And if in a year it doesn't work out, I've still got that finance degree that I can fall back on.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing with, like, I have my coding background. I'm trying to start voice first, and if it doesn't work a year from now, at least I tried.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I've been thinking is I can't just rely on one source of income. I can't just have one project that I think is going to make that money. I've got to have the more streams of income as possible. That way you've got more irons in the fire. You've got more diversified. Are there similar things with you guys going into your modeling, of having multiple different opportunities that you're pursuing at any given time?
Do you want to go? Well, I would say my whole journey as a model has been a journey of being an entrepreneur, because at first, like, Sigel was not vouching for me, not because they didn't want to, but because they didn't really have the resources or the motivation to, because in their mind, they're like, why do I want her to leave Ohio if she's making us money here? So I was in this, like, kind of like a little battle, not battle on the surface, but I was like, I want to do more. Like, why can't you guys help me get to other markets? Like, what's going on? She's just like, I don't know. Like, they just wouldn't email me back. Like, they wouldn't do anything. So that's when I had to figure things out for myself. And along that journey is where I started coming out with, like, my fitness ideas. And that's when I started making them come to real life, which then led to my another source of income, which has gone really well. And I'm excited to come out with more stuff. But yeah. And even simple things like keeping you afloat, like making sure like you're keeping up with your Instagram so that you can keep up with paid posts. Like paid posts, $200 here, $200 there, like those add up. And that's just another great way to make sure that you're staying alive while pursuing those other things. So yeah, I mean, I will always have, I think, multiple interests and multiple ways, I think, of finding a way to have
And for
income.
you, we've already been working together, and I remember just scrolling through Insta the other day, and I'm like, wow, there's Alek on a catwalk. Like, where did that come from?
I said that, so it was like...
right, really seemed out of nowhere. So you're pursuing working with startups and then also doing your modeling. How do you have time to juggle all of those different projects? And school.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't do nearly as much modeling as her, or nearly as much as I'd want to. Partially because of the agency, but partially because there's just more work for girls in general in modeling. And I think that one thing that is interesting that it's totally different for girls and guys, because for girls, for an agency like that in LA, to even consider you, you gotta have 20,000 followers or something like that. And that's not exactly the case for guys. I mean, they will prefer it if you have great social media, obviously. But with guys, it's more, I mean, and you need good photos, which I also need to get more photos and things. I haven't been as on top of it.
Alek could do really well. He just has to get after it.
No, exactly. I do need to just get after it. I mean, but then the other thing is, there's a lot less photographers out there that want to shoot guys, I feel like. Maybe that's not true, but probably that's true.
I don't know.
Photographers that you shoot with, do they only shoot girls?
Most of them, yes.
Yeah.
But I have made a lot of friends in LA that are guys that are straight, that have great photos that if you wanted to like really go on a scavenger hunt for them, like they're there, like they would shoot you.
Yeah, but they're in LA.
Do you think it takes more work for a guy, or is the same
Well, see,
opportunity there?
I have
and it
like
just
a interesting viewpoint to that, because there's way more girls in the industry than there are guys.
That's awesome.
So I'm competing against all of these girls, and I'm thinking like, okay, he'd barely.
You have to work harder as a girl, for sure.
Yeah,
That is true.
So I don't know. I think sometimes guys have it a little bit easier, especially guys don't have to keep up with. Like guys can post like a lazy selfie, and it's like natural, like whatever. Girls, I feel like we have to like think about the filter, like how your eyes look, this or that, like, and so from my perspective, I think guys have it a little easier in the modeling industry just because there's less competition, and if you do well, then like, and if somebody hears you do well, then like it's usually like a rapid, like exponential like amount of work that you'll get.
makes me think just it's a very competitive market, and the grass is always greener on the other side.
Right.
Like as a guy, you see the opportunity that all the females have, and then as from a female, you're like, yeah, but I mean, look at all these opportunities that you have, and it's just a really competitive market. Because I mean, who doesn't want to be thrown on the cover of a magazine?
And everybody wants to be a model,
right?
But then, like how we were discussing, like the last time, like when you guys see like how much work I do behind the scenes, like to get where I've gone today, like you probably wouldn't want to be a model, like, and especially just like if you have a constant pressure on you to perform well and look well and be fit, and like
people are watching.
And even like here at Ohio State, going out, or like I have people in my class like, are you Gabby? And I'm like, can I just be in my class? Or like, I don't know. So it's just a different pressure, and it comes with it. Like, I'm not like saying I'm not thankful for it, but there are definitely like tougher times to it than what people think.